What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Breakdown. Let me explain my series real quick. It's just the breakdown, obviously, of any aspect of my training. So it could be the breakdown of coming up with a line. It could be the breakdown of stretching out like we're doing today. It can be the breakdown of mentality. It can literally be the breakdown of any aspect of my training into smaller bits that I can explain to you guys. So like I said, today we're going to be doing the breakdown of some stretching, and yeah, let's get into it. So I've been stretching seriously for about 5 months. Previous to that, I really didn't do much stretching, and that could explain some of my lack of flexibility. I highly suggest stretching if you're a free runner or parkour athlete or any type of athlete, really, because it helps. Believe me, it really does. Increases power, obviously increases flexibility, mobility for new tricks such as weird gumbies and stuff like that. Yeah, it'll definitely help with all that goes along with your training. So first off, let me start by telling you should probably pick one of these up. This is a foam roller for your muscles. If you do not have one of those, you can use a PVC pipe for an alternative. Both super cheap. Go to the hardware store, go on Amazon, 20 bucks probably. Either of these work, but what a foam roller does is breaks up the knots in your muscles. Using a foam roller definitely helps increase your power. Don't know the science behind it, don't ask me, I'm not a professional, but I know it works because I've done it for a while. So let's get right into it. I'm going to show you some rolling out tips. Alright, so rolling out gets your muscles warmed up for some stretching. Also, you should probably do a little bit of warm up of some dynamic stretching, kicks, anything along those lines, just to get your muscles loosened up and not so tight. So you're going to start off, I usually start with the front of my quads. It's not really that important where you start on your legs, but you're going to roll down the length of the muscle. First, you're going to start off by rolling across the length of the muscle you're working on and looking for any tender points or some knots. You'll definitely feel it, the difference. When you get to a tender point or knot, you want to focus on those areas, rolling slowly back and forth, moving the leg across to break up the knots, and just focus on the tender areas and where you feel you can improve. Okay, you're going to do that on the front of your quads, side of your thighs, outside. I like to do my glutes and sometimes my calves. You're going to do this with both legs, obviously. And we're going to go right into our first stretch after that. Classic toe touch. There's a little trick I do for my toe touch, and it helps you get down farther. It's more of an intense stretch. Works different parts of the hamstrings and the back. So first you're going to start by grabbing your ankles or wherever you feel comfortable. Try to keep your back straight. And you're going to breathe in, puff your chest out, hold for a few seconds, and breathe out. And go as low as you can. I'm kind of tight right now. I didn't really warm up much like I told you guys to, but just going to do that 3 or 4 times. And if you would like, you can add in some flexion and extension of your ankles to work the different parts in the back. Again, not a scientist, don't know behind it, but yep, that's our first stretch. Alright, go ahead and pause the video if you'd like. This is not a follow along. Just giving you guys some tips and tricks on your stretching. So the next stretch is a glute stretch. It stretches the glute on the leg that's in front. You're going to put front leg 90 degrees, back leg 90 degrees, and you're going to square up your hips into also 90 degrees, and your legs should come out straight in front of you. You're going to put one hand down next to you, one hand on your foot, and you're just going to lean your chest over your knee. Keep your back straight, and breathing in and breathing out to go deeper into your stretch. You're going to do that a few times. Go ahead and pause the video. Alright, once you've done that, obviously you should do it on the other side. Same position. 90-90, hand on the floor, hand on your leg. keep your chest up and push over your knee. Alright, the next stretch I like to do is a butterfly. I'm sure you've all done this. It really works your hip mobility and flexibility. I like to start out wider, bring my feet farther away from my butt because I have awful mobility and flexibility in my hips. Start off in this position, and you're going to do it like a normal butterfly. You're going to grab your ankles, keep your chest up, straight back, and you're just going to pull in as far as you can go. Alright, once you've got that comfortable with your legs farther out, you can start to bring them closer to your butt and do the same exact thing to get a deeper stretch. Next thing I recommend is obviously a hip flexor stretch. I'm sure you've all done this. Front leg at 90 degrees. You're going to bring this back leg as far as you can, and you're just going to lean your hip in and try to pull your back backwards. Definitely feel it right here. And if you want to make it more intense, bring that corresponding hand over your back. And you're just going to breathe out and go deeper into the stretch. Obviously, you should do that on both sides. So go ahead and pause the video, do it on both sides. Alright, next one I like to do is a downward dog yoga position. It really helps. Please do not criticize me because I am definitely not a yoga expert. So you're going to go into the position, a quad position, like you're about to do a push-up, just really bad form, how a dog would walk, and you're going to keep your heels flat on the ground, hands out in front of you. They should be about shoulder width apart, and you're just going to drop your butt in your shoulders. Try to arch your lower back. You should feel a stretch in your calf and also the top of your shoulders if you're going deep enough. So the next stretch I usually do in my routine is another hamstring stretch. I do a lot of work for front splits because that's one of my goals in stretching and flexibility. So I usually go back into this lunge position and kick the front leg out. You're going to keep it straight. So copy this position right here. And you're going to breathe in, push your heel into the ground, and breathe out and try to drop your chest to your knees. You're going to do that for a few breaths. Obviously do it on both sides. Pause the video again. Next one I like to do is to actually try to go into a front split. You're going to go as far as you can and you're just going to hold it. And obviously do that on both sides. Next thing I like to do is just a squat. Get everything opened up, loosen up in your hips, and just move back and forth in your squat. Nothing too intense, just gain some mobility here. Just move around and work that position. And then from there I like to go into a middle split. You do not have to go all the way down. Go as far as you're comfortable. I'm awful in this position, so I like to go about here. Get comfortable with the position, and then start to drop your chest. You should feel it on the inside of your thighs right here. And you can even drop one leg. Go a little bit deeper on individual ones. Both sides. And then you can just come back into a squat to work that off. And that's basically it. That's the stretches I like to do on my nightly routine. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you liked it. Next breakdown will be a breakdown of coming up with a line or multiple lines in what kind of goes through my head while doing that. Hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.